so wonderful.
Hard to breathe.
I don't know the next line.
Insanity. I don't know. I just guessed.
Did you just come up with that? Or is it like something along those lines?
Well, of course I didn't come up with it. That's an actual
No, I know.
song.
I know it's Beyonce, but like...
I made up those lyrics, possibly.
I mean, it sounded like it could
I
have been the
don't-
real ones. You are beautiful, no matter what they say.
Words can bring you down.
It's a good song, man. That actually is like a really good throwback song.
Yeah.
You ever watch those videos on YouTube where it's like hit songs from like the last 20 years, and it'll just like play all of those songs that you forgot about, and you're like,
No, but I've seen those videos where I forget what they call it. There's a certain thing that they call them, but it's like a year in review. So like they make them for like 2009, 2010, 2012, and
yes.
they have a mixture of like TV shows, movies, trailers, music, and just kind of like popular things that happened during that year. And for me, I'm always like, holy shit, I thought that happened a lot sooner than
I know.
2009.
I watched the algorithm is throwing those like left and right like crazy, and I watched one that was famous commercials from like the late 2000s and early 2010s, and it was I remembered every single one. Remember like the Chef Boyardee one where it rolls down the street? It's like,
Yep.
And then there was the Reese's Puff rap.
Yep.
Reese's Puffs,
Reese's Puffs,
peanut butter chocolate flavor. See, that's good marketing because now a decade later we can
We
still
still know
sing that
that
exactly.
shit. I know,
Yeah.
I know the words to that song better than I know our national anthem.
That's what I was going to compare it to also, 'cause I don't know all the words to the national anthem.
Oh,
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light? That's where it stops for me.
So what?
Something valiantly
valiantly gay.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say gay too.
Look at us, two peas in a gay pod.
I love it. Anyway, welcome to SuperMegaCast, episode 166.
About to be the 5th episode in a row that's demonetized. I think one of them was demonetized for violence and gore, which is
What?
interesting. So
How?
so thanks, YouTube.
Yeah, recently, like every single podcast.
Not for language, which I guess understand.
I mean, like, if they want to demonetize it for like language or crude, because we talk about some gross shit. You know what? I'm not like, I'll be upset because it's like fuck, but at the same time, it's like okay, well, I understand. But violence and gore, what the hell? What?
It would make sense if it was gameplay, but it's literally just
talking.
Yep. Oh, whoops.
Are we committing acts of
I hit the
violence
mic.
and gore through our words?
What has Matt been up to as of late?
What has Matt been up to?
That was
as
the
of
question,
late?
yeah.
Well, since we got back from tour, honestly, it's been nice kind of taking it easy because you and I haven't really had a chance to take it easy in a while.
You know how hard it was for me not to break out into song? Take
Take
it
it
easy.
hitting all the songs
Take
on this
it
one.
easy.
Don't know
The
the words.
sound of your own wheels will drive you crazy.
Look at you, man. I didn't even know the words to that shit. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man. Yeah,
I'm
but
proud of this playlist of this month, Matt, that I made for myself. It's the first playlist where I've hit 18 songs or like, because usually like for recent, I've told you I haven't had that much music that I've been listening to, but October's been a good month for music for me.
Same, man. There's something, I don't know what it is about October, but you know how many I got? I broke a record. 45 so far.
Nice.
I've
So
just
what?
been
So what are
fucking-
you up to?
I've been taking it easy. I've been working on my room, actually. I've been trying to, because, my room, I really want my room to be, like, super fucking chill and cozy. And
Are you
like-
knocking out the wall to Jackson's room so you can make your room bigger and his smaller?
Yes, actually. Well, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take that wall down. I'm trying to at least push my room 3 feet into his, because he doesn't need all that space.
You could. Are you still thinking about getting a second floor added to
For
your
my
room?
room.
Yeah,
Not for the
not
rest
for
of
the
the
house.
No,
just for your room.
Just for my room.
Yeah.
What if I did that? Just, like, without telling anyone? Like, guys,
But it's only just to have a high-rise ceiling.
just lifts the ceiling. I had, like, a loft. That'd be pretty sweet. I kind of want bunk beds. And just let friends just crash with me every night.
I had a bunk bed that was shaped like that. So, like, one was horizontal and one was vertical in terms of alignment, I guess, if you're looking straight down.
I like to think of it like one horizontal and then
No.
one vertical,
No,
like up
no.
against the wall.
Like if you're looking down, like if you're looking at a blueprint, one would be horizontal and one would be vertical.
That's actually pretty cool.
So it was very nice.
I like that.
I always had a fear that the top one would fall and crush from my shoulder up, or I guess from my chest up, but it never happened. The person on the top bunk though would always wake up and hit their head on the fan that'd be spinning.
I have been there, done that. One time I sat up. I was at my friend's house in like middle school sleeping over, and I was on the top bunk, and it was dark, and the fan was spinning. I sat up, and it went right on my forehead. That shit hurts so. I just remember like the shock I was in. I was like, "Fuck!"
Dude, I used to be a little obsessed with the room fan. I used to try to focus on it and see if I could focus on like one blade. And
yeah.
you could for like 3 seconds, and then you'd lose it again.
That shit made me dizzy.
You'd be like, and then there's another thing. I always used to put my hands up there so it would make the.
I would do that, but then I realized that doing that would make all the dust the fan had collected. It's like so it'd start raining down like dust bunnies all over my room.
You gotta dust your fan.
I didn't think about that shit when I was in middle school. So I was like, oh cool, and then there's dust everywhere. But I've been working on my room. I put a bunch of soundproofing in. I'm actually like I've never been happier with any room I've ever lived in than like
Take that, parents who worked hard to give him a room.
Actually, I will say my room growing up in high school, it was pretty lame, but there's something cozy about it that like I don't think I'll ever have again. There's something about just that one room, like that setup. I fucking love my childhood room. It was great. I wish I had taken down some of my posters sooner than when I did. Like the Spongebob poster, the Napoleon Dynamite poster.
No, those are still good today. You can have those up in your room, and you'd have a lot of respect thrown your way.
Well, the thing is,
because now it's of its time.
well, it's that irony thing, right? It's like, oh, I'm 23 and I have a Napoleon Dynamite or a SpongeBob poster. It's like that's ironic and funny, but like back then, if you're just a senior in high school,
I think a lot of people would not really take it as ironic because a lot of people like. Because at first you get the person that'd be an asshole, be like, "Wow, SpongeBob," and you're like, "Yeah, you've seen it." He's like, "Oh yeah, I used to love it when I was a kid." Used to? Have you seen any episodes recently? Yeah, I was just watching it last week. It still holds up. Okay, dude.
I might have to get a SpongeBob poster now. I remember I had a pinata in my room for one of my birthday parties, a SpongeBob pinata that just
Pikachu pinata.
It just stood on my desk.
They're both yellow.
I know. Look at dude. We were meant to be.
Wow.
We're meant to be podcast hosts and let's players
Holy
together.
shit.
I had this SpongeBob pinata for years just standing on my desk in the corner. I also had this sick ass, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a clock, but it was
digital.
The numbers, it wasn't hands. It was like they would actually just
It wasn't
show up.
analog, I swear.
These red numbers would just appear and they changed on their own. No, but it was like it was this wand that would flip back and forth really fast and make it look
Sounds like a metronome going fast.
Yeah, essentially, but it would make like words appear. Look like they're floating in thin air, like not a.
I know
hologram.
what you're talking about. It's the faux hologram thing that they were doing.
Where it's just like it's a little like laser, or it's a little like thing with lights on it, flipping back so fast and changing lights that it creates like an image, and I could put my own messages in it. And I still remember I put the message over the summer, 4th grade, here I come, and I didn't change it. And all year it said 4th grade, here I come. And then the next summer I changed it to 5th grade, and I kept that up for like 4 years. So it'd be like 7th grade, here I come.
So you'd wake up.
I'd wake up and be like, that thing was sick though, because it wouldn't just show the time. You could put messages in. It would show all sorts of shit. It was. I wish I could find that product now. Shit was loud though. I'd be trying to fall asleep like when I unplug it and have to redo everything. That's what I hate about alarm
You like
clocks.
fan noise though when you're sleeping.
I do. I like hearing fans outside my window screaming. It's so fucking nice. No, I can't. It's really hard for me to sleep without a fan. I can hear my thoughts too loud. It's like if I have white noise, like a droning.
I have to just put on a YouTube video. I try to find something over 10 minutes, and I'm like, I just need something to. Because if it's silent, I'll just think, or it's just hard for me to get to bed.
I fell asleep last night in this video. This French guy with a really deep voice talking about the Andromeda galaxy. And he was
Mon ami, mon ami.
He was like, the Andromeda galaxy is very large. And I just fell asleep so quick.
Wow. Very large,
It
you
is.
said?
It is very large. I was watching this video about like the scale of galaxies. It's actually like, it scared the shit out of me. How big fucking space is.
Well, it has no size, right?
Yeah, but even relatively speaking, like the things like the Milky Way galaxy.
I guess infinite's a size of some kind. It's not measurable.
Is it infinite? I wonder if it ever stops.
Space?
Yeah.
Remember, it's due to the Big Bang. Light is always traveling, and things are always expanding. So it's always getting bigger, with no stop.
Dude, when I
think that's how it works.
the universe, like, imagine there like being a place where like light has not reached yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is that? Is it just pitch black nothingness? Like, is it just a void?
I don't know.
That's
I'm not a scientist or a spaceman
also wait when
or an alien.
that's so fucking crazy. Sorry. So when I start thinking about space, like that is one thing that will instantly just baffle me and blow my mind.
How lonely it is being Earth.
Yeah, because the Milky Way galaxy alone is like 100,000 light years across. So going light speed
For a year is a light year.
100,000 years to get across, and that's just our galaxy. And there's like billions of galaxies and shit. It's like there's gotta be life out there in other ones because
of course.
I feel like it has to be like 100% because if each
Even
one has
if
like
it's just
hundreds
fauna.
of billions of star systems,
But there has to be some sort of intelligent life.
we can't be the only ones because of the
Oh.
size of the universe.
We always get to this point in the conversation, but we're not smart enough to take it anywhere. Could you imagine if aliens existed?
What? I feel like
we need Neil deGrasse Tyson up in here, dude, to school us. What happens is light is continuously expanding, and so then he always does that shit
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch.
when he explains. Man, Zoolander 2. You came around to it. I refuse to watch it again.
Dude, let's hang out soon. Well, let's watch it.
No,
It's
we'll do a
good.
double feature. We'll do Delta Farce and then Zoolander 2.
After the last podcast with the Delta Farce talk. Like I really do.
Yeah, you were coming to me. He's like, dude, are you free this week?
Like I want to go watch it.
You really want to watch
I
Delta
want to watch
Farce.
it, man.
You've never experienced it. I've seen it twice or like 2 to 3 times.
So my first exposure to it was my cousin Forrest was always quoting it when we were growing up. He thought it was so funny because there's a scene where they're in an airplane and somebody farts and he's like, "Who fucking farted?" or something like that, or "Who the fuck farted it?" And I remember like he told me that line and I like laughed my ass off because I thought it was so funny. And here I am with the same sense of humor at 23.
What about the joke where Larry the Cable Guy pulls open the tarp from the truck after it fell out of the plane, and then it's like,
Don't spoil too much for me.
No, I'm not. It's only a joke. 2 dudes are cuddling, and he goes, "What in the Sam hell?" And then they go, "What?" He goes, "What was going on here?" They go, "Don't ask." And the other one gets up and goes, "Don't tell." It's good.
It's
good.
That's a profound social statement about our military.
It's hilarious to be gay and then, because of homophobia, to hide it from your superior officers because they're afraid that you're gonna fuck them in the middle of the night or something.
I knew this guy growing
like you're
up.
some wildebeest. Like you're some fucking creature.
Oh God! I hear him scurrying around out
Do we
there.
have a gay among us?
Dude, like a horror movie where they're trying to figure out which one it is. Like where it's like one of us is a monster.
Wait, do you hear that?
It's the gay, dude.
Did I tell you about that one sketch idea I had about Ellen?
Yes, where like Ellen is like
we're just, it's a normal day is happening, and all of a sudden someone comes up to us and they're wearing a suit. They get out of a van and go, "Guys, Ellen's escaped." We look at each other, we're like, "Degenerous?" Yeah. Then it cuts into like a monster movie, and the only time you ever see Ellen is through her POV in it. She has like predator vision, where she's like, the monster vision where it's always POV.
Wasn't it like we caught her and had her in our garage?
Where we have
and then
shotguns, and she's like in the garage, and all of a sudden
she
like
breaks through.
she breaks out, and all of a sudden we go to the aftermath, and there's like claw marks in the garage, and just like stuff burnt up because she can breathe fire.
Do you think if we made that and made it like really legit, she'd feature it on her show?
No,
Really?
I've already been on. Her
Yeah, that's
show.
true. You've already you.
I might have to
you can
stop
take
on
that off.
that.
I mean,
she's best friends with George Bush apparently.
Yeah, I saw them hanging out,
Just chilling
dude. Well,
in war-torn Afghanistan.
just hanging out there. What I was saying was, I knew this kid when I was in high school.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, no, he was like, yeah, dude, I don't have a. Like, this was actually a very popular mindset, and maybe still is. You're like, dude, I don't have a problem with gay people, as long as they just don't try to like kiss me or fuck me or anything. I'm like, what do you think gay people are running around like grabbing people and like, let me kiss you? like they're ravenous creatures that are just gonna like hold you down and kiss you if you're of the same sex.
That's what there's a whole Louis C.K. bit, Forbid, I mentioned his name, where he was talking about like he was on the same thing, except his whole thing, it's like, I think his whole bit was like, I'd understand it if like, one day you were mowing the lawn and all of a sudden a gay guy came, pulled your pants down and fucked you real quick and then ran away. You'd be like, ah, damn it, damn you, like that type of thing. So yeah.
Well, I mean, but to a lot of people, is that like a fear that like I like a lot of those people that think that like if someone's gay, that they're automatically gonna be attracted to them.
They're not afraid of the other person being gay. They're afraid of the implications it would mean if they are seen or if they have any remote connection to homosexuality. Is my thesis that I'm working on right now. Actually,
gay.
No, that's my
scary.
opinion. That's what I think. I think like there are people. They're the people who don't like homosexuality because it's against religion. You have people thrown off of roofs for that shit. Yeah, you had people that used to be hung. You had people that used to be
still hung.
Yes. You had people that were put into concentration camps for being gay.
That's so fucked up that like still today in 2019, people in other countries like legitimately get hung for being gay. It's like that's insane.
I mean, the Holocaust targeted essentially pretty much everyone.
Pretty much, if you just weren't like what gay people, mentally challenged people, Jewish people,
just
a lot of people, just
people.
everyone. If you weren't, dude, I had this Uber driver that started to like, I think he was dipping his toes in the water to like see if like
the homeless guy that lived outside of our apartment complex.
Yes, so he's this old white dude. He's driving.
You know why Hitler did what he did? It's because the Jews killed Jesus, dude. When he said that, I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
yeah, reading
this is not
book.
retro. The Holocaust, you cannot, for the life of you, if you are a good person, think of it as retribution for the massacre of a.
It wasn't a massacre; it's one guy getting killed.
It was a massacre on a whole group of people, Matt.
Yeah, but guess what? If they hadn't killed Christ, you wouldn't be able to go to heaven. He took all of our sins for us.
That is true.
But my Uber driver,
I didn't ask him to.
I know, and he did it anyway. So you should be grateful.
That's literally the equivalent of like some guy just like pulling you from the street. Ah, saved your life. But there was no cars coming. There could have been, but I saved your life. And I saved your life for all eternity after that too. So now you owe me, or else you're going to burn in hell. What? Oh no!
Well, I essentially, yes. My Uber driver he started talking about Armenians.
Yeah.
And he was like,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's
a goof and a gaff.
It's a shitty joke. I love Armenia. We're going.
I know.
Wait, have we said that?
I don't think we've announced it. Shh. Basically, he's driving. He's like, is someone leaf blowing right outside the window?
They are. Let's take a look.
Oh, literally.
There he is. Do you see him?
I do. Yeah, he's right. Oh, he's literally like 4 feet from us right now, separated by a brick wall.
So enjoy that, everybody.
Anyway, my Uber driver he looked like Tucker if Tucker was like 60, and he's like, Armenians got see what they did was they stuck together. They all got their own lawyers that are Armenian, their own bankers that are Armenian. That's where us white folk went wrong. We didn't stick together. And I was like, wait, what? And he started talking about that, and I was like,
well, I that is something to say though, because if you notice, like, in terms of the Jewish community or the Armenian community, those cultures are very much ingrained together. Like they're very much a togetherness thing. It's kind of like if you are a part of our culture, you are a part of the bigger family, right? That could also be said for Black culture too. If you are a part of the culture, you know more about it, and I think that's a lot of that probably has to stem from some sort of tragedy happening to the culture, whether you have the Armenian genocide, the Holocaust, or some sort of tragedy that alienates you. And so
and also I think in general
spawns a large community of people that kind of are on the same wavelength because they experienced the same thing.
Yeah, and I think also in general it's easier because like if you're Armenian, you're from Armenia, but like white people, that's such a big for so many countries where white people are from. So there's not one singular community. And also I think
well, I mean, America's really good at alienating any race in particular. That's why you kind of have like they're not legally segregated, but what do you call it? Natural segregation. There is some way, I can't remember the term, but it's the segregation that stems that you get in like how you have Latino communities,
Yeah.
essentially being together, black communities, white community. You don't really have a mishmash a lot. It's the way you would look at things. For example, if you were at your high school lunchroom, you'd see a table with a certain type of people. You call them cliques or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
usually, like honestly, like I remember at my school, like a lot of the black kids would just sit at their own table, and then you'd have just the nerds, and then the popular people.
Goths.
There was just a large sub. I'm not saying nerds are a race, by the way.
I think
we are a race.
I think they are. They need
We are, you
representation.
fuck. But there is a lot of natural segregation that just kind of happens and just stems from prejudices held on by like someone's parents.
I also think that like a lot of those smaller communities, of course, they have a history of sticking together because a lot of these people had faced oppression together.
Yeah.
So they have to come, together, where it's like, white people aren't being like historically not like oppressed or anything, so they don't have a reason to be like grouping together for
the only time was when things were first slaves back like in Egyptian times, and then you would have the prejudices against the Irish and Italian coming over, but that's nothing compared to slavery.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's nothing compared to
like,
American slavery.
Racism that still happens.
It's nothing compared to a genocide of a specific race of people, i.e. the Holocaust,
or the Armenian genocide.
Or what's going on right now in China with the Muslim community in China.
That's not talked about a lot. That's insane though. How they basically have they have concentration camps in China.
How people are tortured and raped in concentration camps in China. Yeah,
but that's not really talked about that much.
Nope,
because it's in a pretty remote area of China, I think.
Yeah,
it's in that like desert. So much of China is just a desert, like a cold ass desert.
Well, I know we've talked about China a good bit, but I can't stress enough of how shitty it is.
China's
you go on like Delta Airlines, Taiwan will not be labeled. Taiwan is not supposed to be recognized as its own country at all. Not just that, but for those who don't know, the censorship in China is big, and they're really smart about it to the point where they're not like a North Korea in terms of their citizens are impoverished and starving. That you still have a lot of people in China that are succumb to that, but
like some of the richest people in the world.
It is an interesting predicament that China's in because they are a well-established world power where a lot of people are thriving, but there's also this huge, like any country, this huge spike of propaganda. So things do seem perfect there. Things do seem fine.
Because they've always censored
to mainland
shit that's
China.
Not like in their favor.
Yeah, that's why they have their own social media stuff.
That's why, exactly. That's why there's not YouTube in China. That's why there's not Twitter or Facebook.
There's YouTube, right?
I don't think so. I think it's certain
they
parts,
only
maybe.
ban certain, like PewDiePie, for example, got banned in China.
Are we gonna get banned in China? Are we too small? I don't know. Like people, like that one guy got banned for liking a tweet. So it's like,
yeah.
I
feel like we would already be on the list.
Well, the only reason I would care is just because I'd
like to visit Hong Kong one day.
I would too, and also like I've had layovers in China before, and I'm like, imagine not knowing you're blacklisted and you just, damn, that guy is having fun with that leaf blower.
Can you even hear it in the mic? Probably.
I guarantee you can
Yeah.
if it's this loud in here. But like, imagine just like you're doing a layover in China to go to like somewhere else in the world, and you get there and they're like, nope. It's like, okay, well, China does like super cool culture, cool people, but fuck, their government is so fucked up. And I mean, I'm not solely singling them out. I mean, there's a million fucked up governments, but China has so much power over the world. And
well,
they're so
China's
fucked up
government
with its people.
specifically has been consistently through the past hundreds of years for being known as oppressive. So
What?
they really have a good track record on that.
Ryan McGee over here gonna say Tiananmen happened next.
Yeah, Tiananmen Square. Look it up, people. Anyways,
It's so fucked up.
anyways,
It's so horribly fucked up.
yeah, isn't it fucked up that they would run over the dead bodies with their tanks and ground them up so they could easily spray
Just
them
fire
into the
hose them down the
sewers?
drains.
Yeah, really good shit, man.
Yeah.
China, you fucks.
I'm sure. Do you think this conversation has pissed off people?
I don't think we have anyone in mainland. I don't know. If you love your country, you can love your country, but just recognize that they did shitty things. You don't see us standing by slavery.
Well,
we had our reasons.
Some people still do.
What if the Africans came over and enslaved us first? It was bound to happen.
See? I love that argument. That's like a legit argument.
Is it?
Yeah.
For idiots?
Exactly.
I've
yeah.
never
I mean, like,
heard that
no,
argument before.
It's not a legit argument, but it's an argument that some people do have. It's
Okay.
like, okay, dude. Yeah, but
That's just the way the world worked.
I feel like I'm
back
at a
then.
family reunion right now. Dude, I've been to a family
The
reunion.
world
right
was a different place. Dad, it was 1960.
now. You were alive.
Our
Uh-oh.
parents were alive during
Slavery.
no.
Now, my mom said she
No.
remembered. My mom said when she was a kid, she was walking
Fire hose?
yeah, and she
Yeah.
saw police officers like fire hosing black people, and she said it was like
I don't want to get the name. I don't want to get the date wrong. Was 64 the year?
I have no idea. I know '60s was a big era for civil rights, though.
Hold on.
That was a big civil rights era.
Oh, hold on.
Are you talking about when segregation was ended?
Yeah. No.
Can you believe that, like, while our parents were alive, they still segregated schools? Like, while our parents were kids, black people and white people could not go to school together. Like, still in their lifetime. And our parents aren't old by any means. I mean, no, if my mom listens to this, she's going to get mad if I call her. She's not old. She's of her age.
Yeah.
She's going to call me and be like, of her age? What does that mean, Matthew? Not why. I don't know why I'm giving her my dad's voice now.
Oh shit. Never mind. Okay. Oh wait, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 superseded all state and local laws requiring segregation, because originally in 1954 in Brown versus Board of Education, it outlawed segregation, but then you still had the whole thing of states' rights, and so that's when in 1964. Okay, so I'm surprised I got a date right, dude.
Dude, how do you remember that?
I don't know.
I don't remember shit from high school.
A part of me wants to believe my brain held on to it because it actually thought it was important.
Yeah, well,
But I'm a racist, so
you are.
I'm a horrible racist.
You are.
I don't think any other race is less than I. I just like the way racist. I just like the way it flows off the tongue.
Yeah, I'm a racist.
One might call me a racist.
Yep. What about it? I mean, we did shave our heads.
I scoffed at an Asian man today, so one might call me racist.
Yep. What are you gonna do? Fight me? Dude, honestly, like, shaving our heads at the same time is not a good look, but
We're growing it back.
I do like it. Yours is coming back thick and fucking luscious. I can already see it.
I have a lot of hair.
When I squint my eyes, it looks like you took a Sharpie and just drew hair back on.
I need to buzz the sides soon.
Yeah, I'll
do
that.
something to shape it up so it's not just a helmet.
I'll do that a week after you.
Because it looks like a leather football helmet.
What if we well, I wonder what our hair would look like if we didn't like trim the sides and the back while it's going out, and we both just let it grow from nothing. Like, would it just get really long all around? What were you saying? I should do what's it called? The high and mighty? What's the haircut?
The high and mighty. No, that's a king's haircut. No, I'm talking about the high and tight.
High and tight.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's where you have it's the Forrest Gump haircut.
Where basically the sides and back are like bald, but the top is
But
like
the top
Macklemore.
is like a little strip.
Is that what Macklemore has?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. I want to look like Macklemore. What if I got the fucking high and tight?
You should.
No, what if I do the high and tight, but I do it where it turns into a mullet?
Ooh, isn't that a right wing thing?
Is it?
I don't know. Who cares? Allow them to take culture, huh? How come they get to have their own culture?
Right? What the hell? It's not fair. I wanna get a mullet. Would I look good with a mullet, or would I look too trashy? Because the thing is, some people can pull off a
I
mullet
think
very
Jackson could pull off a mullet.
Jackson can pull off a mullet.
In fact, Jackson was pulling off a mullet until I don't know what happened. He just
cut
gave
it.
up.
He cut it.
He was growing a nice beard too.
He's growing it back. His beard is still here.
I mean, he had a bigger beard.
Oh, when he was a freshman in
I
college.
miss
he had
his Amish beard, dude.
I keep trying to convince him to grow that thing back.
Dude, every guy has that stage of an Amish beard. I had that in like one working. I remember one of my managers even called it out one time. She's like, "Oh, you got a beard? I didn't notice that before." I'm like, "Yeah, you got nothing here though. It's like very Amishy." I'm like, "Thank you very much." And then I went home and shaved. You need. Look, I know like you shouldn't feel judged, blah blah blah, but sometimes you need a good real kick in your ass to make sure you're not looking like a bum. I looked like an idiot with that much of a bushy beard on a young kid. It looked so stupid.
If I had one of those, like, it's not even like that. It's a bushy. It's more of like when it gets to the point where it's
A great bushy beard.
yeah, where it's like it's really kind of going out at all angles.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of it concentrated below your chin, and it looks like if you were to just brush past the person, you get some hair in your mouth.
Yeah.
You know, when I see beards like that, I kind of feel like I can like feel the hair in my mouth. Like it's gonna like the wind will
But
blow
then
my way.
They don't want a skinny beard that's just on their. They don't want a chin strap.
Well, you don't do a chin strap, but there's a great in between where you can just. Your beard looks great right now. You shaved it this week.
It's not really even a beard right now. It's more just stubble.
It's there. It's a little more than stubble. You got some. I could see strands of hair.
Ooh.
Where me, if I try to grow a beard, it's gonna just be
Your-
shaggy. I look like Shaggy.
Your 5 o'clock shadow is mainly the kind of typical goat in the goatee area.
I don't-
like your chin and then your lip.
Nothing
your
here.
upper lip.
I grow no hair.
No, it's gray right here and then right here.
Right
And
here?
For the audience, I'm doing the whole like thumb and pointer finger, from the what is this called?
Fulcrum.
The fulcrum,
I don't know. Something like that.
the little thing above the top of your lip.
Perineum.
This always caught my attention in the movie, in the Prince of Egypt, because it was always very prominent in that movie. I was like, usually they don't draw that in cartoon.
I know. I think it's got a fulcrum. Or a fultum or something like
I was
that.
about saying aglet, but that's the thing. At the end
Aglet's
of
on
your
your shoelace. I always associate those two things together.
because they're just like one of those things.
But I feel like those facts are always spewed at the same time. Like, did you know that the thing on your shoelace is called an aglet, and the thing right here under your nose is called a fulcrum? Is it a fulcrum? I feel like Matt, you idiot!
I'm gonna look up the word fulcrum before you.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Fulcrum.
I cannot grow facial hair. It is called
the
a
point
fulcrum.
of which a lever rests or is supported.
Never
and on
mind.
which it pivots. A thing that plays a central role in an activity.
God damn it.
event,
Okay.
Or situation.
What is the thing below your nose called? There it is. It is a philtrum.
Philtrum. Close.
Philtrum.
Close.
What is the evolutionary benefit of that?
Of a
You know?
fulcrum?
A philtrum. Because, like, why is that dip there?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why does that exist?
I don't know.
Because, most things on your body are
Just a
there
little
because
place.
you evolved that way for some kind of purpose. So it's like,
Well, explain what. You can't explain why your ears are shaped the way they are. Makes sense, actually.
'cause my daddy had messed up genes.
Nope. But yeah. I mean, yes.
Well, it's cool. Actually, your ears are, like, designed with all that shit to amplify the sound. It's like the shape and everything.
Because
is-
they're ears.
Yeah. I would like to grow facial hair one day. I really
You
would.
trying.
I mean, I had the mustache. Y'all remember the mustache? The mustache was,
You just don't have much gray here.
I don't grow it. I'm trying to figure out how to put this. It's like reverse mutton chops. I don't grow it in one specific patch on both sides of my face in the same place, which keeps me from growing a full beard. It's almost like my facial hair is playing hopscotch, where it's coming down right here, and then it's like, whoop, let's do the outer skip and not touch the middle squares, and then just keep going. It just completely skips right here.
Looks fine though.
I think a lot of guys have that issue though, where it doesn't grow right here.
If you're a bitch.
Yeah, you know what? It means I have a low testosterone level and an incredibly low sperm count,
One
and
of
I'm
us
fine
has
with
to-
that.
One of us has to carry the load.
You do. Ryan, I guarantee your sperm count is infinitely higher than mine. I just feel like you emit testosterone at such a
Do
higher
I?
level than I.
Do I come off as a person that emits testosterone?
No, not as a person that emits testosterone, but I mean, looking at you, it's clear that you have more testosterone coursing through your veins than I do or ever will.
Gotta love those Middle Eastern veins, dude.
I know.
It's those
I got those shitty little Irish genes.
it's those homophobic Middle Eastern genes of mine. They really do wonders. The more homophobic you are, the thicker and coarser your hair is. If you look at pictures of people, you might actually find that to be true.
If I get the beard, it proves I'm not gay. Could you grow? I wonder, like, what the extent.
I need a beard. My mouth looks like a butthole. Gay people might want to fuck it.
I wonder what the extent of your beard could be if you grew your facial hair. Like, I mean, you were blessed with hair genes. Like, your genes are just like, let's fucking throw some hair out and make it thick and beautiful.
Too much hair.
I have the opposite problem, Ryan.
You don't have too little hair.
It's going away. See this?
It's not going away. It's in the same spot that it was in middle school.
I know, but it's high. Well, since shaving my head, I've been able to actually like look at my hairline. It's kind of like I got that V going on, and I'm like,
for vendetta.
Exactly. The vendetta against whoever the fuck is stealing my hair while I'm sleeping.
That's just a hairline. Doesn't mean that it's changed at all. People just have different shaped.
If it stays like this, I'm fine.
People have different shaped noses.
If it stays like this, I'm fine.
Our noses will continue to get bigger.
I hate that your nose is in your ears, because it's like, for me, it's like those are the two things as I get older I don't want to get bigger.
If you live to 90, you're gonna look like a real goofy old man.
I'm gonna look goofy at 40.
You're gonna look like a really goofy elderly
Especially
man.
if I lose my hair, because I'm gonna be bald, so it's gonna be my tiny ass little head and then these big goofy ears and this big old. I got my grandpa's nose, and it's this big. I got a big honker. That's the best way to describe my nose. I have a weird nose. I haven't seen a lot of people with a nose like this where look at the shape of my nostrils. They're like long teardrops. A lot of people have, like, you have very nice shaped nostrils where they're round, a little bit elliptical.
Like some cashews.
Yeah, where I got fucking just like slivers. Like, see that? Also, my septum's insanely deviated. I got to get that fixed in 2020.
And your feet fixed. Fucking bow-legged.
I'm not bow-legged. I got bunions. I need to get surgery on my feet because I have such bad bunions from the time I was a kid that it literally has fucked up the bone structure of both of my feet.
You also need surgery on your face because you're so ugly.
Does that make you feel good?
A little bit.
You don't ever need any plastic surgery. You got straight ass teeth. You got a nice nose.
Shit, I was lying. I was just trying to be funny. But I don't need to be mean to be funny. You look like a very nice man.
Nice, like, personality wise.
Yes.
That's what they always say. It's like, it's what's on the inside that counts.
It is.
So you're calling me ugly?
No, I didn't say that. I called you a nice person. I would think that you would hold your personality over your looks. But yes, you're a very handsome man as well.
Oh, I'm conceited, Ryan. Of course I can't hold my personality. As much as I'd like to, no, I can't.
The world doesn't see the inside of me. Only I do.
Exactly.
Not if you're a victim of the cartel. Womp womp. Wasn't that crazy what happened in Mexico though?
Oh, that shootout in the middle of the town?
Because of
they had El Chapo's
what's that little
son.
dummy's name?
El Chapo's son.
El Chapo. Dude, did you ever see there was this apparently there like a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, honestly. There's this like YouTuber, this YouTube kid who had a YouTube channel, whatever. He was like bad-mouthing the cartel or something in a bar, and they came and shot him in the bar. He was like live streaming, be like, "Fuck yeah."
Was it in Mexico? Like it wasn't some like
I don't think he
random
was
kid
live
in
streaming when
Chicago.
they shot him. He was live streaming saying it, and he was still there, and they came and shot him or killed him.
I feel like at that point, I wonder if he had any like affiliation, because like then they're like, oh, we know who he is, where he is.
No, I mean, think about it. They are so ingrained into the society.
They're like a government of their
in terms
own.
of South America and Mexico that. They are in law enforcement. They are in the military.
They run shit,
They
dude.
are pretty much everything. They have eyes everywhere.
It's kind of like a second government, like the Yakuza in Japan. Like they are in the highest levels of business and authority and shit, which is scary.
They were able to lay siege on a town for the capture of an arrested drug cartel's son.
And they got him back, right?
Yeah. They laid siege to the town, and then the authorities had no choice but to turn the son over.
Because
and
you heard
then,
they were saying they were like
the cartel was like, "Sorry everybody, we didn't want to do that. We just needed him back."
I think
because cartels try to play for the people, you know.
Yeah, to get people on their side,
Yeah.
but also like I saw this radio transmission, but they were telling the police like, if you don't give him back, we're gonna find the name of every family member of every police officer.
Yep.
And of course the police are like, well, fuck this, take him.
Well, they're essentially like if there could be a civil war between the government and between the cartel. Wouldn't be much of a civil war because the cartel has already infiltrated the government.
There's so many
to such
cartels
a
too.
high degree.
Dude,
In fact, you know, if the cartel sees a candidate that they don't like, they just kill him. You know how many Mexican candidates have been assassinated?
Yeah.
A shit ton.
Have you seen you've seen Narcos?
Yep.
Like there's a guy running that's like anti-cartel. Boom, dead. And that's incredibly brave of like someone to do that.
What?
Not to kill the guy, no. It's incredibly brave to run against something like that, knowing that.
God,
like in Colombia,
I just think of all the people who fought during the war and those brave souls who had to go out knowing that they were going to explode with a bomb strapped to their chest.
completely the opposite of what I was saying. We should start shit with the cartel.
No.
That's good press. Any press is good press.
Yeah, no businesses are catering to the cartel.
And that's where we are different. See? No one's doing it. That's why.
But our businesses do cater to a regime that is torturing and potentially starving and killing
children,
people of Muslim faith in their country.
That's true. That is true. I'd like to get my sister wants to come on. I'd like to get my sister on the podcast.
Yeah, your sister was taking off her overalls, and she kept.
No, she wasn't.
She kept batting me. She'd be like, "Hey, Ryan."
Oh, actually, you're right. She was.
She was flirting with me a little bit.
Well, I remember she.
Her husband needs to get her in check.
He absolutely does.
Once he left our show, she was all over me.
I know.
From the back seat, she was screaming my name.
You called her the C word, Ryan.
She was being a cunt.
Okay, so my sister, when we were in Dallas, I think that like one of her overall straps went into the toilet. I don't know how that happened, but she kept rubbing it on me and Ryan. Like she'd come out of the bathroom, like feel this, and she'd like slap us with this wet toilet water. I'm like, don't do that. I don't want toilet water on my.
Very intoxicated.
Which she was trying to tell me. She's like, I'm not drunk at all. I'm like,
then you need to give her the ultimatum. You're either stupid or intoxicated. Pick one, because you can't not be intoxicated. And
I should have been like, sweet, we'll drive because I'm pretty drunk. So I'll go ahead and just get behind the wheel.
And that's how people die.
Don't drink and drive. I saw a dead body this week. I don't know if it was tied to drunk driving, but it was like midnight on the highway. This guy flipped his car. I was in an Uber, and we pulled up right past it, and just dead body, just laying on the road.
Regardless, if you drink and drive, you're a piece of shit.
No, do not do that because you're literally endangering everyone else. Like, it's so stupid. Yeah, maybe you're confident that you can drink and drive, but what's gonna happen if you're impaired? You're an idiot. So it's like you're operating like a 20-ton piece of steel with explosive fuel in it.
When you're drunk, you're probably confident that you can lift a minivan, but you're not going to be able to do that. So, you know, it's false confidence.
Exactly.
Faux confidence.
When you're drunk, you get confidence that you don't normally have.
Which is great if you're in a social environment, you go talk to people you normally wouldn't talk with. Use alcohol as a social stimulant, not as a fucking medication for depression or as a way to fucking have fun while driving, unless you live in Virginia.
It was fucked though. I think the last time I ever saw a dead body was my grandma, and then I just look out the window and it's just literally just a dead body like 10 feet away on the road, and I was just like,
they at least covered it up for you.
Yeah, they covered it up, but with a really small blanket, and I was just like, holy shit, is that a dead body? And then it like hit me, and I was like, whoa. I was pretty bummed the rest of the night, honestly. I was like, it just got me in a sour mood. I was like, fuck, man.
Sorry you had to go through that.
Thank you, man.
I'm also sorry that person's dead.
Well, you should be saying sorry to me because I had to see it. I'm sure the family's okay, but shut up, Jackson. We're recording.
Jackson.
I'm just kidding. Jackson, come here.
Jackson, come here. What do you need from me? Jackson. Yeah, there's a shit ton still at my place.
Yeah, we gotta get that.
Ryan's been hoarding
We
it for
do.
himself. He wears it every day.
It's just a lot of shit.
Yeah, he's wearing that nice SuperMega hat right now. That unreleased SuperMega sneaker that we.
Don't
Is that
we yeah, don't.
The Kanye collab SuperMega sneaker.
We're not releasing those, unfortunately, but we got a couple
it's not
pairs.
unfortunate, they're pretty ugly.
Yeah.
It's like one big ass bright red shoe and one blue one. But we decided to make them like your characters. Someone's like really short.
Yeah.
Someone's really, really long.
Yeah.
It goes all the way up to your knee.
Yeah.
Just imagine the Lenny of Balenciagas.
Millennial Balenciagas.
How are you boys doing today?
Balenciagas, yeah.
I'm pretty scared.
It's Halloween. I forgot.
Scared.
It's Halloween.
It's we're recording this on
There's
Halloween.
evil in the air. If you come to the Super Megaplex for trick or treating, you'll be greeted by oh, the light just turned off
Jackson
in
just
there.
turned the light off, and now it's extra spooky. Does your shirt glow in the dark, Harrison?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, look at that. Never would have figured that out.
You'll be greeted by a pack of cigarettes for each child.
Oh, yes.
One cigarette per
A
child.
Super Mega shirt with an invoice.
Yes, with an invoice, and that we're just gonna pour a bunch of cigarettes into a bowl. Each kid gets to take one cigarette.
And Lucky Kid gets one that's on that's lit.
The golden
Yes.
cigarette.
If you find the golden cigarette, then you get 50% off a Super Mega pop socket.
Ooh, I thought it was gonna
Mhm.
be like the Willy Wonka.
thought you
toy.
get, like, a
Just
free
for,
gallon
Super
of milk.
Megaplex.
You get a free glass of milk. We can't give away a gallon, but we can give away one glass of milk to a lucky child. Get a plastic cup.
But they have-
Fill it
they have
halfway
to-
with
they
milk.
have to sit there and drink it because we're putting it in a glass cup and they can't.
We
take
need that
with
glass
them.
cup back.
Yeah, we're gonna need that cup back. So if you can just go ahead and drink that real quick. I'm excited for Halloween. I got
It is today.
It is. I've never had trick or treaters before, so I'm very excited.
You never, like, had one?
I've never had them like come up to where I live, so I'm very, very excited. I bought a bunch of candy last night. I'm gonna be throwing candy out to the kids. I'm gonna say, take it. Here you go. Have some candy. I bought a bunch of candy last
Better than
night.
what other people have to do on
Are you
on
guys
Halloween.
excited for
And
when
go door to door?
I know.
Are you excited for when your fans see you tonight handing out candy and dox you?
Oh, it's when some 15-year-old comes to my front
Just wear a
doorstep, he's like,
mask.
Matt Watson, and then doxes
Somebody
me.
comes up dressed as you for Halloween.
I saw 2 people online dressed as me and Ryan and did actually like a really good job. I saw it on Instagram. I was surprised. I feel really weird when people dress up as me. But
Why?
they did a good fucking job, I will say that.
Ryan feels good. Ryan loves it.
Oh, yeah. It's my favorite
That's
thing.
what me and Jackson were gonna do.
You guys should dress up as... At that first drunk drawing show you guys did the opening for, you guys dressed up as us. You wore my jacket and like my shoes and everything. And Jackson, were you Ryan?
I think I was.
Yeah, you were Ryan and Harrison was me.
Yeah, because it was Halloween last year.
Oh yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
was a whole year
It
ago.
was like the week of.
What's scarier than Superman?
I know, what's scary.
Ooh,
in Super
shit.
Mega. What?
Shout out to Justin and Frank who made a song about Bigfoot that's out on all streaming services.
Oh, is that out now?
And there's a YouTube video up on, I think, is it on Justin's channel? Let me check. Y'all go check that out and support that. Pause this podcast and go support that. It's on Justin's channel, Nothing But Lag. It was made by Frank Jafsey and Justin. Justin, our editor, and Frank Jafsey, a really good friend of the boys.
Friend of the court. Justin sent us a little rough draft of that song like a month ago, and I was wondering when that was going to come out. That's
all
amazing.
done.
I do love that song. Go listen to that. Go to Justin's channel.
Bigfoot Halloween centric.
Yeah, Bigfoot's
Yeah.
Halloween centric, of course.
It's a creature.
It's a
The
spooky
Bigfoot
creature.
skin in Fortnite's trash, though.
It was bad.
I didn't know animals.
Disappointing.
Very
were
disappointing.
scary. I didn't know if it was a were Bigfoot, maybe.
Well, it's scary
See, if it was something that wasn't real, like a mythical creature, it would be horrifying.
Bigfoot's
But it's just
scary
Bigfoot.
because it makes creationists face the fact that evolution's real. It's bullshit.
Do you think there's one guy that who's found Bigfoot but just like loves, like is in love with Bigfoot and just fucks it and just doesn't want anyone to like judge him? So
Well, I
he
don't think
just
he
hides it?
fucks Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot's the top.
Bigfoot's
Yeah.
a top for
You don't know
sure.
if Bigfoot, though,
Bigfoot's not a bottom.
You know
He could be
Bigfoot's-
tired of being the apex predator of the
Bigfoot's,
forest.
I promise you,
woman,
Bigfoot's a top.
Bigfoot's still a top.
The-
Bigfoot. If it's a female Bigfoot, she gets a stick and she pegs.
Yeah.
Like there's no
the apex fucker of the club.
the
Shit.
apex fucker. Yeah.
How long have we been recording, Matthew?
50 minutes. Holy shit.
We got to do ad reads.
Hey, we gotta
boys. Get
do
the
some
fuck
ad
out.
reads.
Matt,
What?
Get some merch out of your trunk too.
Get my car keys.
Yeah.
Here you
Yeah,
go,
can
bro.
Pop up in the Tesla.
Yeah, here go pop
Wait.
open the bright
No,
pink Tesla.
The keys to the other car.
The Lambo?
Yeah.
Oh, the McLaren. Yeah, here you go.
that-
All right, these.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get them
the
mixed up.
hatchback McLaren.
The hatchback.
Wait, are these for the red one or the blue one?
No, those are for the green one.
Shit. I'll find them.
No, they're in the gold one. The keys. I left them on the seat.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna do some ad reads now. Cause y'all like those.
Yeah.
So let me tell you guys about something very special. We were talking about it earlier on the podcast, right? It's called facial hair.
Yeah, I mean, humans have been shaving for thousands of years, Matthew. And, you know, the secret to a great shave, you know what it is?
It's Harry's.
Exactly.
Also, I think they've been shaving a little longer than thousands of years. I'm pretty sure they've been, right?
6,000 years we've been shaving.
Yeah, 6,000 years since the Earth was created. Anyway, the ancient Greeks didn't need flex balls or heated handles, and neither do you. That's why Harry's doesn't overcharge you to add gimmicky features to their razors. It's just a good, simple, clean razor. And let me tell you something. Normally I would shave with an electric buzzer because I don't grow a lot of facial hair, but recently I started using Harry's where I would use the straight razor because I've never really been one to use razors, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. It's awesome. I love it. It's so like clean and smooth, and then I only have to shave like once or twice a week instead of every day.
And with Harry's specifically, I mean, you get the blades are durable, sharp, and they come at a fair price.
Harry's is a return to the essential. Quality, durable blades at a fair price, just $2 per blade. They've cut out the middleman. Get it? They've cut out the middleman. Manufacturing blades in their German blade factory.
Ooh, German makes some durable Scheiße.
They do. It's been honing in precision blades for a century. Harry's is old school, y'all, which means you get incredibly high quality blades at factory direct prices.
Harry's is also super convenient. Blade refills are delivered directly to your door on your schedule with or without a subscription, and there's no risk for you to try them out. If you don't love your shave, let them know and they'll give you a full refund, baby.
No, they have wizards working there that will instantly make your facial hair grow back if you don't like how you shaved it.
No witches because they're too emotional.
No. Listeners of SuperMegaCast can redeem their Harry's trial set at harrys.com/supermega. You'll get a weighted ergonomic handle for a firm grip, a 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip and trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel with aloe to keep your skin hydrated and fresh, and a travel blade cover to keep your razor dry and easy to grab on the go. Where should they go, Ryan?
They should go to harrys.com/supermega. Yep.
Real quick before the next ad read, I had a really good business idea. Let's start following a ton of monkey accounts on Instagram, like accounts that own a monkey, and hopefully they'll notice us and follow us back and see if we can get in with them to do a video with some monkeys.
Okay.
I mean, that's a good idea,
I'm
right?
down. Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
I followed that chimp earlier today in the banana suit. He's
Okay.
verified. Chimp's verified. I'm not. Instagram turned me down again. They were like, you need more press.
I just think it's interesting that
A chimp can get verified on Instagram.
not even that. They're like their whole excuse for you, because I haven't sent in anything yet, but when your shit in, their excuse for you was that there wasn't enough press. But I know there are a lot of people that I know that are verified that definitely aren't headlining news or have any articles, not even one, not even in their high school paper written about them.
Well, I already have an article written about me. The thing about how I had the world's biggest penis.
Oh yeah,
And they didn't even take that into consideration.
Yeah. It was
Anyway,
written by the Onion, so that's probably why.
yeah. Oh yeah, they probably don't count that as real. Anyway, you know what might help me get verified on Instagram?
Squarespace, or having a well-designed site on Squarespace
If I had my
that you can put your shops or personal websites on.
if I could have my own website
No,
on
keep going.
squarespace.com, Ryan, then maybe Instagram would be like, we gotta verify this guy because he's got his own classy, beautiful, sleek website that he designed through squarespace.com.
Well, you might be looking at the sites, man, that looks like a lot of work. It's really not. It's very simple. They have a lot of easy templates to use where you can make the website your own.
And honestly, here's the thing, y'all. You want a website for this or that. Let's say you're starting up your own podcast. You need a website for that. Let's say you want to sell t-shirts you're coming up with. You need a website for that. Or you got your own foundation you started. You're trying to raise awareness for something. Or you just want to make a fun little blog with your friends or something. You need a website for that. But you're like, fuck, man, how do I code? I don't know how to code. I don't know how to design a website. I don't have graphic design skills. Guess what? You don't need them because Squarespace has got all that figured out for you because they got tons and tons of really unique, cool, sleek templates that don't look like just a basic design website where it's like, oh, just throw your text in here.
Matt loves making websites.
I love
He
making
uses
websites.
Squarespace all the time.
I do. I have some. I said this in the last Squarespace read, but I have a project that's coming out soon. I've been working on some stuff using Squarespace for it. And I really genuinely think that Squarespace is the way to go when making a website because they got so many options, so many features.
That's right, Matt. And for our listeners, if that sounds interesting, making a wonderful website that's super easy and will get a lot of clicks, you know what I'm saying? Haha.
Get those clicks.
Go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/supermega to save 10% off your first purchase of a website. or domain.
Can you save 10% on a domain?
Ooh.
Damn, y'all. Side note, I bought a domain name recently.
And you didn't use Squarespace, and now you're realizing that if you did,
I would have saved myself a good little chunk of change if I had used Squarespace.
So don't be like Matt.
I can get 10% off a domain. What? Are you serious?
So don't be like Matt. Go ahead, use Squarespace. Use squarespace.com/SuperMega if you're ready for that 10% off a domain.
That just crushed me for the day.
Haha.
Realizing I could have saved.
Sucks for you,
Fuck.
but it's great for our fans who now know
That they can go create their own personalized, fun, quirky website with Squarespace and do whatever the F they want on it. So, guys, please go check out Squarespace. Use code SuperMega or squarespace.com/SuperMega.
Yep.
And I get 10% off.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, Squarespace.
Thank you, Squarespace.
And Harry's.
And Harry's.
Anyways,
Ryan, you're wearing socks today.
and
I like it.
I've been wearing shoes more.
You should. You look good
They're
in
easier to
shoes.
walk around in.
They're comfy, man. I fucking love a good pair of shoes.
I
Shoes
love-
make an outfit.
I gotta get several pairs of these.
Those are
I love
Adidas.
The Adidas slip-ons.
Those look very comfy.
They are. I need to get stuff to clean my shoes with. How do I do that?
You can
It's
just
like
buy.
to
So
clean
there's
the whites or
if you want to clean the whites of your shoes, what you gotta do is get there's like these sticks you can get that have like a brush at the tip, and it squeezes out like foam when you squeeze it, and you just like brush the shit out of those shoes.
Okay.
I do that. I'm a big fan of white shoes. I wear a lot of white shoes, so I got to keep those suckers clean. So
I like it when they're not white,
a little
but
wet,
like to where they're like a little kind of tinged with yellow.
like these. I got
but not where they're yellow when they're tinged.
yeah.
When they're like a little bit of griminess, like yours are right now.
Well, these are I cleaned these before our Dallas show, and they got a little scuff since, but I like
shoes that are a little scuffed.
a little scuff. Actually, that's a big trend because
New shoes look cheaper to me.
what?
New shoes look cheaper.
Yeah,
Like
well, you want to show that you worn them a bit, right?
yeah,
Rubbing those little piggies on me,
yeah,
on my thighs.
like that?
I like it a lot.
yeah.
What if I told you that was actually turning me on? I actually, it's fun. Playing footsie with my thigh. I like it. I was actually on Rodeo Drive.
Cool.
Anyway, guys,
That's my favorite thing to do.
awesome, dude.
I love doing that.
No, I was on Rodeo Drive, which is in Beverly Hills, and that's
Where's
like
that?
it's where I want to be. First of all,
Okay.
gimme. I was down in Beverly Hills because I got a not a speeding ticket. I got a ticket for my car registration. So I had to go to Beverly Hills to go to court. And while I was there,
How
I
many
was
times can you say Beverly Hills in this story?
so I was in Beverly Hills, but Beverly Hills has Rodeo Drive, which Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills is a very famous strip.
For being rich and pompous.
Yes, that's where asshole millionaires go to shop. And I was like, I've never been to Rodeo Drive. I haven't walked down. So I walked down and I went to like a Louis Vuitton museum, and I went to one store that had shoes.
There's a fucking Louis Vuitton museum.
I gotta say, it was incredible. It was so cool. Like,
Please tell me, please, for the love of God, tell me. The Louis Vuitton Museum is a museum funded by Louis Vuitton and not a museum dedicated to products by Louis Vuitton.
you're able to buy Louis Vuitton there, but
No, that's not what I'm asking. Is this a really cool museum with
yes,
art pieces and
it's
stuff?
an installment. It's like an art installment. That's only temporary.
That's not. Are they using their products as the installments, or is it just funded by Louis Vuitton? And it's like, hey, I want to get into art here.
No. It's basically like showcasing like the history of Louis Vuitton, and they have a bunch of like really famous pieces, and they have a bunch of dresses that are worn by like big celebrities on display, and they have a bunch of really weird, unique pieces, and they have like a room that's like a holograph room. It was amazing. If you're in LA, check it out. It's free. And when I walked in, this dude gave me this
Better be
whole
free.
speech. It was incredible though. Like
A dude gave you a speech.
he gave me this speech about Louis Vuitton, but it was like the most heartwarming. Like he started talking, I was like, okay, here we go. And then I had the biggest smile on my face. He had the British accent, and it was probably fake British accent, but it was beautiful. The speech he gave me. And I walked around, I looked at all these cool little exhibits they have in there. Didn't buy any Louis Vuitton because that's really expensive. But the reason I brought this up was because when I was on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, on that street in Beverly Hills, I saw a pair of shoes Because it's
How
fun.
about a parakeet?
Okay. Or a pair of dice. A pair of dice.
Or a
Pair of shoe.
paradigm?
Okay. That's good. Take it farther.
No.
Okay. Well, I saw a pair of shoes.
How about a paraglider?
I think it's fun going to designer stores, not to buy things, but just it's almost like looking in this window. It's like, so this is what rich people do. You look at like, okay, $10,000 for a jacket, Jesus fucking Christ. But it's interesting seeing like pieces of clothing that cost that much. I'm like, why does this cost this much? And I saw a pair of shoes that was thousands of dollars.
You're looking at people who have an abundance of expendable income,
and it's like they literally don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. So it's like what, like for them, it's not. I have to buy the best thing. I think a lot of times. Just like, why not? They don't. It's like
It's what they're
it's
used
not
to.
gonna hurt
I guess.
me. It's not gonna hurt me. It's whatever.
That's what my
It's
friends
Louis
are wearing.
Vuitton, Yeah.
Yeah, but I brought this whole thing up because I saw a pair of shoes that were super fucking expensive, but they were designed to look scuffed up and like already.
A paratrooper.
They were already scuffed and dirty and stuff, and that was just the design. But I was like, someone's gonna pay thousands of dollars for a pair of shoes that already look worn.
Wait, a pair of shoes is thousands of dollars.
We should go to Rodeo Drive sometime. I saw a jacket that was $10,000.
Did it look like it was worth 10 grand?
It looked pretty. It looked like it was made out of
That's what I'm saying. You see someone who has just just a small modicum of knowledge of money, right? Or not even knowledge of money, just who has their head on straight. A coat that's $10,000 would never be worth it. You'd realize like whoever is selling that coat is it's bullshit. But then when you're rich, it kind of becomes more of just kind of like
it's a flex too,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, this I will say
it's
this
a $10,000 coat.
the coat was cool as
The
fuck.
picture up there, I purchased from an art exhibit in Morocco for $10,000.
It's a statement, you know. If you go out wearing this Louis Vuitton thick jacket that looks like it's made out of tinfoil.
Is that what it looked like? It was. made
It
out
was
of?
silver and shiny. It was really, the material was nice, and also I think everything's handmade, but it's the name you buy. It's not the qual. I mean, the stuff like
How
designer
does
stuff.
a jacket cost? How does a fucking tinfoil jacket cost $10,000? But I can go to a Men's Warehouse and get like a buy one get one free suit for like $250.
Well, the stuff is really well made, but you the price is not because of how well it's made. The
That's what I'm
price is
saying,
because of the
it's not-
name.
Yeah,
You know, if you slap Louis Vuitton on it, boom, it's huge.
but you want it to be some sort of like a little bit of equal. Like you look at what Apple was doing at first, not what they are now, because now it's just ridiculously priced. It was always ridiculously priced when you look at it, but where you think, you know, Apple products are well made. They are used by a majority of people.
But is it worth $2,000 for an iPhone? You know, it's like
Yeah.
no. But they can price it that because of the name, because it's Apple.
But then you look at, like, I look at things like that fucking jacket that's $10,000. Like, I'm not gonna get much use out of that, even if I am rich. I'd look at an Xbox that's like $400. I'm gonna have years, almost a decade's worth of use out
You
of
can
that
get a car
thing.
for $10,000 that you
get
can drive for a decade.
You can get a car for $2,000.
You can get a nice car for $10,000. And it goes back to the point where it's like these people are so rich that buy this kind of stuff that
They don't have.
it's not a big purchase to them. You know, it's like, ooh, that's a cool jacket, $10,000.
They're not
it's a
going out
flex.
of their way.
No, it's not like they have to save.
It's not like us, because we're imagining us like bending over
They're in a different
backwards to
world.
be able to pay for
That's
this.
a completely different world.
They
these
live in a
people.
world where
Money
they,
is
they
not even a
literally
thing.
could buy that and throw it off a cliff and laugh about it.
Also, on this topic, a guy stopped me after the show in Austin, and we were talking, and he brought something up about being able to afford something, and I was like, oh, I wish. He's like, what do you mean you wish? You're a millionaire. And he was like fully serious, and I was like, what? Let me make something very clear. Ryan and I are not millionaires, for those who
We
who might
are
think that.
nowhere close
Nowhere close.
to being millionaires.
We're very comfortable in how we live. I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh, we're poor. Like we make good money doing SuperMega,
and we're
very thankful.
Yeah,
but
I cannot imagine from just the money that we're making right now and what we could like. I don't think it's possible for us to make $1 million. Anything's possible, of course, if you want it. But
I mean, I see these other YouTubers that make like $2 million a month. I'm
I don't
like,
understand it.
How?
I
How
don't
the
know.
fuck do you make that much money?
I got
on
into the
YouTube?
game to be rich, dude, but instead I came out as upper middle class. What
Well,
the F?
Which I am absolutely, completely content with where
No,
I
of
am.
course.
And I mean, it's because of you guys. Like, I'm never gonna be like, oh,
No, don't say that. Then they're gonna threaten to take it away from
Don't
us.
take it away, please. No, but really, like the people that donate to the Patreon, that come to our live shows, that buy the merch, and just watch the videos, like that means the fucking world to us, and that's why we're able to continue doing this. Because if this didn't make, at the end of the day, if it didn't make any money, we wouldn't be able to continue doing it.
All
'Cause
the
amount
support,
of-
no matter the degree, helps in the long run. So.
Because I do see a lot of people saying that they are unable to donate to the Patreon, and that's okay.
Then get a job.
Maybe you should get a second job so you can donate to Patreon. No, but for real, that's okay. Like, it doesn't mean you're a better fan if you donate to the Patreon or buy merch. It
Just means
you're
that we
able
like
to.
you more.
Yeah, it does mean we like you more, but it just means that you're able to do those things. And it doesn't make you any less of a supporter of us if you're unable to donate to the Patreon or get merch, like, or even come see us live. It's not, we're never going to be like, oh man, those people suck.
Then all 6,400 people on Patreon are like,
Oh,
all
okay.
right.
Just-
Okay.
No. You're better. No, but for real, we appreciate all you guys. And we appreciate the overwhelming support. It continues to blow our minds seeing how many people are just so nice. I love it. You guys are incredible. And I hope you stick around because we got lots of cool shit coming up in 2020.
Including the ending music to this podcast.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
I hear it.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Hopefully
shit.
we timed it, perfectly so you can actually hear
The
it.
drop
right
is
now.
coming. The drop is coming, which means the end screen is coming, which means you can click onto another. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh.
Oh.